So rather than trying to mess about at home doing the oil and filter and a TPMS sensor, I thought I'd bring it into work where I can get the bike on a ramp, get it up to a working height and make life a bit easier. And I've got all the tools here as well, so that makes life easier. So just got to remove this sump pan first. Well, not sump pan, it's a sump cover. Get this off. There's a couple of T30s, I think it's 6 T30s. I'll get these off first. Hopefully be able to see the drain bung then. I can see the filter's just here. So the engine's nice and warm, so the oil will be nice and warm and come out easily. And so I've just got to get these 6 bolts out. And that's the sump cover off. Pull the bolts in there so we don't lose them. So now we should be able to see a drain bung. Yep, there we are. Looks like about a 10mm Allen key. So let's grab the drain bowl, stick that under there, and let's crack this 10mm. There we go. Oil being drained. Not much debris on the magnet on the sump plug, which is good. Oil still looks pretty clean. It's got a bit of a brown tinge to it, but it's not bad. Now time for the filter. Filter's here on the side. So let's get a little filter strap. This is the bonus of doing it at work. All my tools are here. So I've got a tool for every job. So nice little filter strap. Let's slacken that filter. And I'm presuming this is going to run all over the exhaust. So I have to make sure we clean that. So let's just wind that off, let that drip out. Yeah, straight over the exhaust. Great idea. Because you won't too hot. Right, let them drain for a minute. Let's go and get the new oil and filter. So we've got some Castrol Power One 1040 motorcycle oil and a K&N filter. Compliments of eBay. It was cheaper than actually getting it from my suppliers, believe it or not. So let's spin that filter the rest of the way off. Now this should be a genuine BMW one. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's got the BMW stamp on there, even though it's made by Marl, who make the aftermarket parts as well. Just make sure the sealing face is clean, which it is. Spin the new filter on. Now, there's lots of talk about how tight to put oil filters. I've been doing this for quite a long time, and I go with as tight as you can get it with your hand, no tighter. So just get it really tightened up as tight as you can with your hand, and that shouldn't go anywhere. Then I'm going to use a bit of brake cleaner just to wash off that bit of brake cleaner to wash off the oil residue that's ran down. What's gone on the exhaust. Make sure that stays nice and clean, no chances of fires. I'll let that drain for a bit, so I'll come back in 2 minutes. So that's had a bit of time to drain. Make sure the sump plug is clean and the seal's clean. Let's put the sump plug back in. I'll just nip that up with the ratchet and I'll torque it to whatever the specification is. So yeah, nip that up and then just torque it to whatever the specification is. Again, give that a little rinse off with some cleaner. Make sure everything's nice and clean. Perfect. So now all we've got to do, put the under tray back on, and then we can get on to filling the oil back up. Just going to put a little copper grease on all these bolts. prevent them from rusting and being a pain to get out next time. Okay, let's offer it up. Let's get one of the front bolts in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and lastly 5. Okay, so that's the under tray back on. Right, next let's see how much oil it holds, measure that out, and let's pour it in. So it holds approximately 4 litres of oil, but it advises you to put 3 litres in and then check the glass, the level, the sight level. I know what I'm trying to say. See where you are, then top up accordingly. So let's stick about 3.5 litres in and see where that puts us. So we need to get this, there's a little red circle in the middle of the sight glass. The oil level needs to be at the top of the red circle, not above it. So anywhere between that red circle, from the bottom of it to the top of the red circle, is okay. Ideally nearer the top after a service, but when you're riding, if you're checking it, anywhere in between that red circle will be fine. I'm going to give that a minute to settle and we'll see where it is. So it's just below halfway now. So let's keep going until we can get just above halfway, and I think I'll be happy. Okay, I'm going to leave it there purely because the bike is slightly jacked up at the front, so it's twisting the engine down slightly. I think once it sits flat, that'll be bang on in the middle or the higher half of the red circle. So I'm happy with that. I will check it when it's flat on the ground. That's it. Oil and filter changed. Simple as that. Next job, front TPMS sensor.